Hello, happy Valentine's Day 2017. I just thought I would touch base with all of you. I know a lot of you are on the same kind of journey I am, and I just wanted to tell you what I had experienced just now. This is the first Valentine's Day in 20 years that I haven't had a guaranteed Valentine. Regardless of my situation and regardless of how happy or sad or angry I was that year, I was guaranteed to have a Valentine. And this year, choices of my own, I'm Valentineless. And I was okay with that. And I am okay with that, logically. Like I talked about in the last video, I have come to the conclusion that I do like Valentine's Day. And so, I had made all these cute Valentines for my kids, and very typical me fashion, and had gotten little things for them and did all of that. And I was really handling things well. I recently had broke off a little something I had with somebody, and so, I'm realizing through a counselor that I've been seeing and talking to my friends that, for the first time in my life, I'm allowing a little bit of feeling to come in. And I don't know how many of you have had a moment like I did just now, but I thought I'll just share it. What's gonna hurt? Because I don't know, it can't get any realer than that first video where you saw me without the makeup on. I had a client with me, and we went into a store to do some grocery shopping, and so innocent, just walked in, and out of nowhere, it seemed like Valentine's Day threw up all over me. Literally, I felt like I was being surrounded by balloons and teddy bears and flowers and candy. And it was that feeling that you get when you're in an elevator and too many people have gotten on and you're trying to guess everybody's weight to see if it's going to go down. That's the feeling I had in the middle of this store, but with Valentine items. And my heart just, I don't know. It was the strangest feeling I've ever felt. And, I don't know other than to explain to you that, my heart is so sensitive right now. I don't want to say it's broken, because I don't think it's broken, but it's just sensitive, and I thought, how silly is this? As I was walking through, I thought, this is crazy. Why am I like this? But, part of me wanted to go through and pop all the balloons and crash the flowers and stomp the candy. And part of me just wanted to go to the car and cry it out. But I kept thinking, a friend of mine recently said, Rachel, you've got to embrace whatever you're feeling. If you're sad, be sad. If you're happy, be happy. If you're excited, be excited. And it's one thing I've never allowed myself to do. I kind of hide, and I kind of always camouflage whatever I have going on, because I don't know how to feel what I feel. I've never really allowed myself, and I feel like I've always been judged, and maybe some circumstances I haven't, but for the most part I've been judged for how I felt. And so today I was like, okay, and I was evaluating my feelings, and I kind of felt left out today. I'm left out of the joyfulness of Valentine's Day. I'm left out of the oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what so-and-so's done for me. I had made something for somebody, and it's hanging up in my house, and I don't know that I'll ever give it to them. And that hurts a little bit, because it was made because I cared about somebody, and life happens, and it's crazy how you can be vulnerable like that, and you can open up a piece of your heart, and then it just changes. And so, I guess what I'm saying is part of me just wants to say no more. No, I'm not gonna open that heart anymore, because it's so much easier when you're in a path of life where we don't care. we're just doing our job. Like, I'm a good mom, I do a good job at my job, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to be vulnerable anymore, because it hurts if it doesn't work out. It hurts if I can't be the very best I can be, and if I can't make somebody feel a certain. And then it dawned on me, you know what? Like, it's not about me, because I know I did the very best I could do. And I know that I was who I am. And if that wasn't what that other person needed, then ultimately, even if it hurts right now, like long term, it wouldn't have worked. And so it's worth this little bit of sad. It's weird, like, you and I have both had that moment, like when a song comes on or when a TV show comes on, all of a sudden, like, you're feeling all sappy and you're like, where did that, oh. I mean, still to this day, like, if Philadelphia crosses my mindset, I think about this youth group I had and how much they meant to me, and how Philadelphia impacted my life forever, because it impacted me in a way that, like, I knew forever I would work in the inner city. I knew forever that's where I wanted to be. If I ever smell the carnivals and the food and hear the amusement rides, like, I think about my friends at the Salem Fair when we were like 18, 19 and not a care in the world. If I think about letter jackets and pins, and I think about wrestling, and I think about high school and the good times, and like road trips and carefree times, like, there are good things. And so those are things that, can be linked. And there was a thing I had posted, and it said, be careful who you make memories with, because those last a lifetime. There's something very true about that. So today, when I was in the middle of that store and I was being swarmed by this awful it actually, like, and I had to, but it's okay, because I think as I keep getting stronger and I keep loving myself, that eventually I'm gonna, like, welcome that feeling. And one day it is gonna be my turn. And one day I'm gonna love the fact that somebody's gonna love me enough to make me something for Valentine's Day. Like, somebody's gonna want to blow my phone up that morning. I can't wait for that. I don't know when it'll be right for that. Like, I definitely not today. And that's okay. I've had some really good friends come through the last couple days and done some really sweet things for me. I'm undeserving of that, and I so appreciate it. I wouldn't take $1 million for the friends I have. So I just encourage you today, like, if you're sitting at home, you're like, man, like, this is awful. I don't have a Valentine. This may be your second, third, fourth year without Valentines, like, without a Valentine. Like, I encourage you to just hold on. Like, we don't want the wrong one. Like, we don't want to just settle for less. Like, I don't ultimately want to settle for less than what I want. Like, I want somebody that adores the ground I walk on. Isn't that okay? And in return, I'm going to love the heck out of somebody. I mean, the heck out of somebody. So I read this really good quote, and I'm just going to read it to you, and then I'm going to let you go. Like, I don't have much else to say except, like, be encouraged. Like, Valentine's Day is like, and we all are like Single Awareness Day. Like, who even knew that existed? Like, we need to be aware of the fact that we're single. I don't need anybody to remind me. But this quote says, I read it in a blog somewhere. It said, maybe someone needed to meet you while you were waiting out the storm. Or maybe your broken heart will remind you that you had ever loved at all. Maybe you let yourself meet someone to let yourself change. Who knows what this path is going to bring? I sure don't. But I am going to embrace this beautiful mess. I'm going to give this thing time with grace, with mercy, with strength, with tears. And it said coffee, but I'm going to drink sweet tea. So give yourself some grace. Like, I've been beating myself up this past 2 weeks. Like, why don't they want to fight for me? Like, why am I not what is that? I'm going to give myself grace. I'm going to forgive myself for not even loving myself enough to say, you know what, Rachel, like, love me. I love me. You deserve to love you. So hang in there. I'm really looking forward to next Valentine's Day. I'm looking forward to loving someone. And I hope you find your someone too. Happy Valentine's Day.